building. High priestess in the building, didn't let my fears kill me. Transmuted my pain in that cleanse in the rain. Down out, I was worth it and I conquered my demons. I accepted my purpose and the goddess I became.
Right. I think a lot of people get caught, because even me get caught in that. Why the fuck would I agree to this shit? Right? Like, why would I agree? And it's hard to accept that you decided that you were going to come and deal with this shitty ass person, regardless to
Mhm.
what happens, right? I feel like that's the biggest
Exactly.
thing of working. Even me, I had to work through that of understanding, know that you chose to come for these particular
Yeah.
reasons, and it was like, what the fuck? Why the hell would I choose these people? Um,
Yep.
but if you don't understand that part of the agreement before, or even because a lot of people get caught up in the heaven and hell, but no one talks about before you come here. No one talks about
Exactly.
the design of what you were supposed to come and do. What is that part?
Mhm. Mhm.
So I do a believe in the different agreements, soul contracts, however we want to state it. But I do
Yeah.
believe in past life. Of course, I've been able to see some of mine.
Mhm. Mhm.
So soulmate, we're gonna break down soulmate because a lot of people had the fairy tale of soulmate, right? The fairy tale, the
Yeah.
prince or princess charming is gonna come in and rescue you from your life, right? You're gonna
I
run
know.
off with this one soulmate. Everyone wants the fucking notebook and shit, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So
And
what
I'm not
is
gonna
your
lie, I still like wish that I had that one person that I
right,
just
right,
could
right,
stay with,
right,
but it's like I have to go into relationships with this open mind and just kind of understand like maybe it's forever, maybe it's not, but just be hopeful about where it's
right,
headed. And
right.
I kind of feel like you need hope to survive. Period. If you don't have any hope, then what are we here for?
It does
And
start to suck.
mhm. Yeah, but I do feel like people have multiple soulmates. Some people maybe they do just have like that one soulmate. I just feel like it's hard to define because everybody is
Right,
here for a different reason, so you don't really know. You don't really know. The only um telltale sign I can give if you're into astrology is if you do have Venus in Scorpio, because Scorpio is just a karmic sign, period.
mm,
And I feel like you end up having deep connected relationships with people that you're just digging and trying to find out what's it all mean. So I do feel like, if you want to look at it that way through astrology, that's a telltale sign that you might have multiple soulmates. But
right,
um yeah, for the most part, I really feel like people just come into your life. A lot of people do get caught up on a romantic part, but as you've done your research, you know that soulmates can be family members, just friends. They're also contract with them too.
right.
So yeah, but I do hope to find the one, and I'm hopeful for other people to find their one if that's what they want. So
Right.
yeah.
I'm a hopeless romantic too. I am a hopeless romantic. I'm
Hmm.
always, but then there's the reality part where I'm just like, yeah, I kind of realized that that one soulmate was not in the plan for me in this life.
Hmm.
This life, I wanted to have a bunch of different lessons and learning experiences. We'll just call it
Yeah.
that.
Exactly. And that's
And
how
then
I
I
kind of
just,
view it too. I'm like, apparently, I wanted to learn a lot of lessons, and certain people had to teach it to me.
right,
This person to teach me this person to teach me what I don't ever want again. This person's gonna, so that's how I have to look at it. You know, it was something
right.
else I was getting ready to say about the whole soulmate situation. It slipped my mind, but maybe it'll come back.
Right. Because a lot of people get stuck on that. And soulmate is really just that term of any person you have a connection with in this life. And I think people
Yeah.
get stuck on that soulmate, like, oh, where's my soulmate, without any defining pieces and not looking at it like your mom's a soulmate, your dad's a soulmate, your siblings are soulmate, your children are soulmates,
Mhm.
and going back to the soul contracts, right?
Now, that is another thing too, though, that I kind of feel like you can have a soul contract with someone who's not quite your soulmate, though.
Mm,
That's another kind of idea that I have, because I feel like soulmates do have that depth, like that connection, that deep connection that you have with someone. And there
right.
have been relationships that I've had where I feel like we came together for a reason, but it didn't feel like a bond, you know. And I'm like, that
Gotcha.
couldn't have been a soulmate. Maybe it is, but from my experience, that's just not what I consider. I felt like there's got to be two separate energies for that. I feel like you can either have a soul mate and no contract, or a soul contract, but they're not your soulmate too. So I know,
Right.
I know that's
Right.
another wild, conception, but that's just something that I started to get.
Right. And it's
Mhm.
funny because I've just recently really started to look into the whole contract and agreements things. But I do believe that not everyone has a contract with you, because I
Mhm.
really, I stray away from labeling, of course, people karmic partners because of the
Mhm.
negative background that people have put, and a lot of readers have
Yeah.
fucked up the
Yeah.
word, karma, and make it seem like karma is so bad, and that's definitely not what karma stands for. Um,
Mhm.
but I do feel like there's people that come in your life that there's no karma attached to it. There's no lesson, like
Mhm.
you cross paths, but for whatever reason it ends, or you know what I mean? It's not meant
Yeah.
to be there. They're not meant to stay. It's not meant to be lasting. They don't
Yeah.
keep that impression on you, right? Um,
Mhm.
so let's dive into karmic.
Oh no.
Karmic domains, because it's widely, every TikToker, every freaking YouTube tarot reader, I see tons and tons and tons and tons of the karmic partner, the karmic partner, the karmic partner. And i
Mhm.
i personally have strayed away from it because of the obsession behind it, and the negative basis of putting down somebody's relationship because you
Yeah.
feel it's a karmic, and this person's telling you a karmic, but you don't know the contract. You haven't done any inner work to realize what
Yeah.
it is you and this person. You're just downing the relationship, downing their kids or whoever, whatever it is, and waiting for the person to fucking choose you. And it's like,
Right.
so let's hit karmic karmic soulmate.
Yeah, it's like I get it. Like, even when I'm doing readings, I have to catch myself and just kind of always put that reminder out there. Like, now when I say karma, I'm not talking about something that's negative. And then sometimes I'm like, when I'm saying karma, I'm talking about toxic this time. So,
Right.
and I feel like that might be the thing, is that karmic and toxic are being used interchangeably, because
Right.
I
Right.
feel like karma is law. I feel like that's just something that you can't escape. It's just
Right.
like something goes up and it's going around and it comes, it's a cycle.
Right.
So I feel like, you can't escape karma, but karma itself doesn't always have to mean that it's something negative.
Right.
And then of course, when I see certain cards that indicate if something is more so of a positive experience or a negative or a low experience, even with low vibrations, like, you have to be so careful with how you're wording things
Uh-huh.
nowadays, because the more spiritual you become, or the more you get to evolve and learn about things, you see that, what, everything isn't all, it's not good, it's not bad, it just is. And
Right.
it's just like, that makes sense. And I understand that people do have to have their boundaries for, how, far they want to go to this side or that side. But for the
Right.
most part, yeah, you do have to focus. I'm trying to get back down to the karmic part, but yeah, you don't want to just keep pushing that agenda about karma. Oh, this is your karmic. And it's just
Right.
like, well, technically everybody is a karmic
Right.
partner,
Right.
so it just depends on what the lesson is, that you're supposed to learn from them.
Right. And I
Yeah.
think that's the more important. It's like, no, not just, oh, this is a karmic, you got to run. It's like, did you take
Yeah.
away what you're supposed to learn from this person, or you're just,
You're
oh,
supposed to
someone told you
learn
it's a karmic?
something.
I was working and I conquered my demons. I accepted my purpose and the goddess I became.